Some games don't need big marketing or flashy trailers. They just hook you the moment you play. The kind that quietly exist until you try them and suddenly you can't stop. Here are the top 20 addictive games too good to ignore. Hell Is Us is one of those games that's too good to overlook. It throws you into the war-torn land of Yotei, where you play as Remy, a former peacekeeper returning home to uncover what really happened to his family. What makes this one stand out is how it trusts you to figure things out. There's no minimap or glowing waypoints leading you around. You rely on your instincts, what people tell you, and what you notice in the world. Exploration feels natural, like you're actually piecing things together instead of following a checklist. Combat keeps that same grounded feel. It's all about timing and precision, sword swings, dodges, and quick reads of your enemy's movements. Every fight feels tense, not because it's unfair, but because every mistake matters. If you're into games that reward patience and curiosity, Hell Is Us quietly does something special.
I was born here, but I grew up on the outside. I spent years trying to get in.
Why come back?
My parents, I had to find them. I needed to confront them about the past.
I love you. Never come back. Hey!
Whatever was happening here, I was now part of it.
How did you know your parents were still in Hadia?
I didn't. All I remembered was that my father was the village blacksmith.
You can't just kill someone because the way they looked at you. You should see your face, dude.
Let go!
I'm sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
This place is different from what I remember. I don't think she's here anymore.
This whole town. Might be best if you just get out of here. Yeah, you're right.
Silent Hill 2 Remake is a must-see for horror fans. It brings one of the most iconic survival horror stories back with fresh visuals, modern controls, and a persistence to keep the soul of the original intact. You step into the shoes of James Sunderland, a man drawn to the fog-shrouded town of Silent Hill after receiving a mysterious letter from his late wife. The remake preserves that haunting setup, but enhances everything around it: lighting, sound design, environment, all to amplify the dread, not just the scares. The atmosphere is thick. Silent Hill 2 always stood out for how the town itself felt like a character, and this version leans into that big time. The gameplay also sees updates. The aiming, the pacing, the presentation feels smarter, but still edgy. Silent Hill 2 Remake doesn't just revisit a classic, it reintroduces it, so it feels relevant and strong today.
He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
We found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
he said he came back to get revenge on you and me.
Hey, brother. Did you miss me? Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time. Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another Soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me! Pathetic guitarist, where's the rest of your band?
Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is one of those games you really shouldn't ignore. It brings back Hideo Kojima's weird and wonderful vision, this time with a sharper focus on connection and survival. You step back into the role of Sam Porter Bridges, navigating a fractured world where delivering cargo is still the core loop. The terrain this time spans deserts, ruined cities, and war-scarred landscapes, giving you a bigger playground than ever. Combat and freedom have been dialed up too. There's more direct challenge, more options for how you handle threats, but the heart of the game, the loneliness, the wonder, the odd hope in a broken world, is still there. If you skip this one thinking, maybe later, consider this your nudge. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach isn't simply a sequel, it's a bold evolution, and it deserves time on your list. Cronos: The New Dawn is easily a game that deserves more attention. Imagine a world where the future is ruined, but you've got a chance to go back to 1980s Poland and change one of the worst events in humanity's history. What really grabbed me is how the game blends familiar survival horror elements with fresh mechanics. You're exploring gritty, brutalist-inspired environments, fighting monsters called orphans, and you've got this twist. If you kill an enemy but don't burn the body, it'll merge with others and turn into something even worse. It keeps you on your toes. The atmosphere leans heavy. Retro-futuristic tech meets dilapidated Eastern European architecture, and a world that feels haunted both by the past and the future. If you're into horror games that mix old-school impact with new ideas, Cronos is worth putting on your radar.
When can you value the time you've been given the most, if not here and now? It's a paradox. Or an anomaly, rather.
Some kind of experiment, right?
This is solace.
What are you doing?
Preserving. So, the human race is an anomaly to you.
Oh yes. And a perfect one.
Hitman: World of Assassination is one of the games you really shouldn't skip. You step into the shoes of Agent 47, a sharp-dressed master assassin, and you're dropped into more than 20 massive sandbox locations, all ripe with opportunities, secrets, and ways to eliminate targets in your own style. What makes this stand out is freedom. You're not just given a path and told to follow it. You get to explore, pick your method, set your plan. Poison someone at a gala one minute, lure them into a freezer the next. Little details matter. The mission tools, disguises, gear upgrades, they all add up to a clever, replay-friendly experience. Here's the thing. If you've ever played a stealth game and thought, I wish I could do that differently, this is exactly where you should go. It's smart, it's polished, and it rewards thinking ahead.
Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre, a financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld. He has arranged a high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable.
I've invited these people for a reason. I know their weaknesses. Mr. Rengang, he's too impatient, and Miss Bai, well, she likes a drink. Don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though. He's the only wild card. Well, this is turning into an interesting evening.
Welcome to the VIP room here at the Casino Monarchique.
Reaper. Unusual name.
Names are for
Ghost of Yotei puts you in the shoes of Atsu, a lone mercenary in northern Japan around 1603. She's not just wandering, she's hunting. What really sticks with me is the world. Snow-capped mountains, thick forests, ancient villages. It's beautiful, sure, but always with a fuzzy edge of danger. You feel like any trail might sneak up with a hostile patrol. Any cabin might hide secrets. Combat mixes traditional samurai moves with newer tricks. You'll slash, parry, and move deliberately, and the game rewards that. It also gives you freedom to explore in your own order. You're not simply following a straight line, you're choosing where to go next, what opponent to face, and how hard you want your challenge to be. For anyone looking for a next-gen samurai adventure that surprises with its scale and heart, Ghost of Yotei definitely deserves a spot on your radar. The first Berserker Khazan is one of those games that's just too good to ignore. You play as Khazan, a legendary general who's betrayed and left for dead, but instead of giving up, he comes back swinging, possessed by something dark that fuels his rage. Combat is the real deal here. Stamina matters, blocking, counters, and bosses will force you to learn their patterns instead of just muscle grinding your way through. The game uses a cel-shaded style which gives it that sharp, bold look, kind of like an action anime you control. Visually, it's gorgeous in its own gritty way. The cel-shaded art gives it that anime meets dark fantasy look, and the boss fights are huge, the kind that make your palms sweat but keep you wanting more. If you haven't heard of Khazan yet, give it time. It might be tough to storm into, but when you break through, you'll see why you shouldn't ignore it. Ninja Gaiden 4 kicks things off with a bold new chapter in the iconic Ninja Slash franchise. Straight away, you've got two playable characters, the veteran ninja legend Ryu Hayabusa and a fresh face named Yakumo from the Raven clan. The setting? Neo Tokyo swallowed by chaos after the return of the Dark Dragon. The combat hits hard. There's a renewed focus on precision, dodging, parrying, timing your strikes, more than just mashing buttons. The Bloodbind system adds a layer where unleashing attacks in the right moment takes things to another level. What stands out is how it blends tradition and evolution. It feels like the Ninja Gaiden I remember, but upgraded. Sharper visuals, smoother camera, tighter controls, more tools. For anyone who may have put the series on shelf, don't skip this one.
Be careful, Yakumo. Tell me, Yakumo, do you really plan on keeping this up?
Green Talk Dragon in all his glory.
Dying Like the Beast opens with you back in the shoes of Kyle Crane, and yep, you're no regular hero this time. The map has swapped city chaos for forested terrain where every rooftop and rusted tower can hide trouble. Movement still feels slick. You're running, climbing, leaping, but now there's this new beast mode twist. It doesn't take over the game, but it shows up at the right moment and gives you a fresh surge when things get messy. Enemies still throw surprises, especially after dark, and the world keeps you alert more than in the earlier games. Visually, it's clean and sharp. The lighting, the weather, the scale of the woods feel different from the dense urban sprawl of before. It sets a tone where you're more exposed and the threats feel more organic. It's worth a look, especially if you like the parkour plus survival mix before. Super Mario Odyssey is one of those games that just feels good the moment you pick up the controller. It's classic Mario energy, fun, colorful, and endlessly creative. This time, Mario travels across different kingdoms to rescue Peach from Bowser. But the twist is, his new buddy, Cappy, a ghost hat that lets him possess almost anything. And that's where the magic kicks in. You can become a frog, a bullet, a T-Rex. Seriously, the freedom is wild. Each kingdom has its own vibe, too. New Donk City's bustling streets, the icy peaks of Snow Kingdom, the tropical seaside kingdom. It's all packed with secrets that make you want to explore just one more area before putting it down. Super Mario Odyssey isn't just another Mario game. It's one of the best adventures Nintendo's ever made. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 takes a familiar RPG setup and twists it into something that actually feels fresh. The world has this early 1900s European vibe, elegant but eerie. The combat system is the standout here. It's turn-based but keeps you on your toes with timing mechanics. You dodge, parry, and aim in real time, so fights feel more like duels than menus. It's one of those systems that looks simple but rewards skill the longer you play. Visually, it's striking. Soft, painterly tones mixed with dark, dreamlike environments. The tone feels serious but not overly heavy, more about the mystery of life and time than pure despair. If you're into RPGs that experiment a little without losing their soul, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an easy one to keep an eye on. It's stylish, thoughtful, and plays like something that knows exactly what it wants to be.
Awake and paint again. Paint a new number. Ticking down every year. One stroke. And everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness. Every year she paints again. And every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again.
If you've been looking for a platformer that brings back a classic icon in a fresh way, this is it. Donkey Kong Bananza swaps the usual side-scrolling groove for a full-blown 3D exploration ride. You play as Donkey Kong, smashing through walls, digging tunnels, lifting chunks of terrain. Yeah, it's wild. The visuals and level design punch above what I expected. It's polished, with lots of details packed into every nook. And while the story isn't the main highlight, the setup gives you enough to care about what you're doing without getting in the way. If you've been sticking mostly to the Mario platformers and skipped DK for a while, this one's worth your notice. It's not just another side-scroller simple throwback. It's a fresh, big-budget platformer that deserves more attention than it's getting.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians, but she'd double-cross us like this.
We will use the legacy to heal that rift and make the world whole again. To do this, we need strength, an unstoppable trump card with enough power to bring order to the world.
Do you love her?
No, nothing like that.
Do you hate her?
for 10 years.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is one of those games that's just too good to ignore. It's a full remake of the 2004 classic, rebuilt from the ground up with modern visuals and controls, but keeping the same story that made it unforgettable. You play as Naked Snake, the soldier who'll eventually become Big Boss, dropped into a dense Soviet jungle in the middle of the Cold War. The Unreal Engine 5 remake gives the world new life. Weather, lighting, wildlife, and animations feel natural without losing that old-school stealth vibe. Crawling through mud, hiding in tall grass, or setting traps hits differently now with how real the environment feels. It's a faithful rebuild done right. Modern enough for new players, but respectful of the original for fans who never stopped calling this one a masterpiece. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is one of those games that just refuses to fade away. Even after all these years, it still finds a way to pull you back in. You tell yourself you'll just check out a cave or two, and suddenly it's 3 a.m. and you're shouting dragons off mountaintops. You play as the Dragonborn, a hero with the power to absorb dragon souls and use ancient shouts that shake the ground. But the real magic isn't in the main story. It's in everything else you can do. Join guilds, steal from nobles, hunt vampires, decorate your home, or just wander until the music fades and the snow starts to fall. What makes Skyrim timeless is how alive it feels. The world reacts to you, the weather shifts naturally, and no two playthroughs ever go the same way. Add in years of mod support and the game just keeps evolving.
When the sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
General Radar. And the blade of Mikkel and Melania the Seventh. These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat. But there would be no victor.
Elden Ring doesn't ease you in. It just drops you into chaos and says, figure it out. And honestly, that's part of what makes it unforgettable. You start as a lowly Tarnished, standing in a vast world that's both beautiful and broken, with no map markers shouting where to go next. That first moment when you see a giant tree glowing on the horizon, or when a dragon lands out of nowhere, that's Elden Ring at its best. It's not about being guided, it's about discovery. The combat hits that sweet spot between brutal and fair. You learn patterns, make mistakes, adapt, and when you finally take down a boss that's been haunting you for hours, it's pure satisfaction. Elden Ring doesn't just test your skill, it tests your patience, your curiosity, and how much you're willing to push forward when the world seems against you.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
He's meant for this life.
Oh, crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves, digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune.
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, feels like the kind of adventure story that only gets better with time. Nathan Drake has left treasure hunting behind and settled down, at least until his brother Sam shows up. From the start, the game balances explosive action with grounded storytelling. You're climbing cliffs under gunfire one moment, then sitting quietly in a small house the next, seeing what that life of danger has cost Nate and Elena. It's that mix of chaos and heart that makes Uncharted 4 hit differently. The gameplay feels smooth and modern. Shooting, stealth, climbing, all tied together with environments that are just jaw-dropping. It's not just a good sequel, it's the perfect send-off for a character we grew up with. Uncharted 4 isn't about finding treasure, it's about finding closure, and it sticks the landing perfectly. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is one of those games you really should play, even if you've heard a lot about it already. You play as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter just trying to find his adopted daughter, Ciri, while the world around him falls apart in war and chaos. But honestly, it's not just the main story that makes it great. It's everything that happens along the way. What makes it special isn't just the size of the map, it's how alive everything feels. Every village has a story, every side quest has a purpose, and even random monster contracts end up showing you something about the people living in that world. You can spend hours just exploring, hunting, helping strangers, or making choices that come back to bite you later. It's easy to see why The Witcher 3 keeps getting called one of the best games ever.
One evil and another. I'd rather not choose at all. Just make it quick, Geralt.
What the?
Close your eyes.
Hit him!
What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
Of a person's true value? Death. Facing it, staring it down.
Johnny!
I got you.
Pressure's tanking.
It's neurogenic shock. He's dying.
V, you in there?
My head.
So what now?
Now, you find out what it is you need to do. A thing of beauty.
Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those games that had a rough start but came back stronger than anyone expected. You play as V, a mercenary trying to make a name in Night City, a massive open world packed with gangs, corpo deals, and people chasing power in every direction. The best part about it? The freedom. You can be a stealthy netrunner hacking through cameras, a guns-blazing brawler, or a cold professional slicing enemies with cyberware. The story hits deeper than you might think. It's about ambition, identity, and what's left of you when you start replacing your body with chrome. The choices you make actually matter, and the characters you meet, like Johnny Silverhand, stick with you long after the credits roll. With all the updates and Phantom Liberty expansion, Cyberpunk 2077 finally feels like the game it was meant to be.
The high and mighty.
Baldur's Gate 3 is the kind of game that makes you lose track of time and sleep. You wake up with a mind flayer parasite in your head, trapped in a world where every decision feels like it actually matters. What's wild about Baldur's Gate 3 is how alive it all feels. You can charm your way out of fights, sneak through impossible situations, or accidentally set half a village on fire with one bad dice roll. Every encounter feels like a mix of strategy and chaos, and somehow it always makes for a good story. The cast is incredible too. Each companion feels fully written with their own goals and secrets. It's not just a great RPG, it's one of the best examples of what player choice can do in a game. Whether you're here for the story, the tactics, or just to romance a vampire, Baldur's Gate 3 delivers every single time. Alright, this one's got must-play written all over it. Red Dead Redemption 2. This game isn't just about cowboys and gunfights, it's about watching a whole era fade away. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw caught between loyalty to his gang and the slow death of the Wild West. The world is stunning. You'll cross snowy peaks, muddy swamps, and sun-baked plains that look so real you can almost feel the dust. The NPCs remember you. The weather shifts naturally, and animals react to your presence. But what really sticks is the story. It's raw, personal, and full of moments that hit harder than most games ever dare. Arthur's journey isn't about winning. It's about what's left when everything you believed in starts to fall apart. If you want one game that defines what storytelling in games can be, Red Dead Redemption 2 is it. It's more than a Western. It's an experience you'll remember long after you finish.
Nothing means more to me than this game. I would kill for it, I would happily die for it. I wish things were different. But it won't unless you change.
Trust me, Arthur. Just one more.
There's always a goddamn tree.
I don't want to kill all these food Dutch. Just you.